Alrighty, so Isaiah chapter 40, what are we in? 48, verse 17. It says, "This is what the Lord says, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am the Lord your God, who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way that you should go." At the end of the day, guys, look around you. Look at your life. Even look at where you have come from, and where God has taken you from, and what he's taken you through, and what he's bringing you to. All you can do at the end of the day is trust in God. Lean on him and believe that he's going to overcome everything and anything in your life. Be living in such a way of expectancy. Don't live in doubt. Don't live in dread. Don't live in fear. When those moments of fear, doubt, and dread come over you, you have to remember who God is in your life. The mercy that you carry over your life, you've got to declare it over your life every single day. Walk in it. I just read it to you. I am the Lord your God, who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way you should go. God teaches you what is best for you, even if it doesn't feel like it's the best thing for you in the moment. Even if it feels like, man, I just don't understand, God. I don't understand. A lot of times, if you look back in your life, and if I look back in my life, I don't understand why I went through things. But I know that it was for my good, and it was the best way that I should have gone, and that I followed the way of the Lord. So when things ended, then they had to end. When God closed that door, he opened another one. Ask and it shall be given to you. So when I asked for things, it may not have been what I wanted at the time, but it was the best thing that I needed for me at the moment. So just remember to walk in that, knowing that God guides you and leads you in the way that you need to go, in the moments and the times and the places and the spaces that you are right now. And it's not for you to understand it. It's not for you to get it. It's not for you to question it. And I'm not saying you can never ask God questions, because there are some times where I'm like, God, why did this happen? But my point is, we have to have that kind of faith that is unfailing. It's that faith that surpasses all understanding that God gives us, which I know it's crazy sometimes. It's crazy a lot of times, and a lot of times we don't understand it and we don't get it. But the Lord says that he's going to direct us in the best way that we should go. All we need to do is follow that path that he puts us on, and go in it by faith. I'm reminded of Esther. I don't know why Esther is coming into my heart, where she didn't know that she was going to receive the favor, and that she was going to be placed before the king and put in position where she was going to be in palaces and ultimately save her people. But she just believed by faith. She listened to Mordecai. She was guided by God. She fasted. She prayed. She went with her maiden ladies, and she went before the king and changed history, so, and became the queen, and lived in the palace, lived a life of luxury, lived a life of privilege. She didn't have to probably lift a finger to do anything, for the rest of her time. But it was all by obedience that she followed the way of the Lord. And the Lord gave her favor. The Lord's hand gave her favor. And she was placed before kings, before royal officials, and became the queen. So you've just got to think like that. You've got to think, not all of us may not become royalty and become queens, but you will become the queen of your life. You're going to become the queen of your story. So you've just got to continue to walk in faith, walk by faith, walk through it, and know that God has the best way and the best path for you. You've just got to trust him. You've got to trust him. You're not going to know. You're not going to understand. But you know that it's the best thing, because God is leading you. You're within God's will. That's the worst thing that you can do, is step out of God's will. You've got to keep in God's will, keep in God's way, and continue to follow through in everything that he's guiding you to do, because you best believe it is the best way for you. And you'll become the queen of your life, or if you're a fellow, the king of your life, okay? I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.